Hello everybody, Mailman here from Goat Productions, and in this video we are going to talk thermal scanners. We're going to compare the 160 core ATN OTS LT with the 320 core that I just got now, both 3 to 6 zoom. In this video I'm going to talk about the extra money that's going to be toward the 320. Is it worth it, or do you go with that 160 version? And if you want to help out the channel now, I'm going to start posting links in here that are connected to me so that you can help out the channel a little bit. I love to bring you information, give you a lot of options, give you all the information you need to pick out the product you want. If you want to help the channel out and keep this channel going, you can click on that link, and if you make a purchase, I really appreciate it. It helps the channel out, and we'll start to bring you a lot more information. We're going to go over a little bit of why you need a thermal scanner. I guarantee your numbers are going to go up. We're going to talk a little bit why. Every video I talk about thermal scanners, I really like to promote thermal scanner. You love to have a thermal scanner. You need a thermal scanner. Your numbers are going to go up. We'll talk about that and the difference between the two. That's what I really want to jump into. What is the difference between the 160 and the 320? So we're going to jump right into that first. As you look at them, the 160 does not have the number on the side. You're going to see that there's no number on the 160. When you go to the 320, you're going to see that 320 on the side. So if you go to purchase used models of these, that's what you want to look for to see which one you're buying. The first OTS LT that I started out, I wanted to purposely start out with the 160 core 3 to 6. That's going to be the base. It's going to be the lowest version of the new OTS LT, under $1,000. So for under $1,000, you're getting into the thermal scanner, and I'm going to tell you it's worth every penny. We're going to just jump right into why I love them. See more animals. You're going to see triple the hogs and coyotes that you see with night vision, or even out there with a thermal scope without a scanner. Deer, you're going to double your sightings in deer season without a doubt, because what you're doing is you're looking at that heat. I've been out there with that night vision, checking those fields, scanning those fields. You miss animals. Without a doubt, you miss animals. Sightings go up. Even if you have a thermal scope on your weapon, and you're out there either holding it. I used to stalk and hold it with a tripod. When I find an animal, I'd sit down and put it on a tripod. Now that we carry our tripods, I'm still having to look through that weapon at that point all night. And what it does is I'm looking through that weapon, wearing myself out, not having that scanner while I have to look through that weapon. Thermal scanner allows me to just pull up, put it around my neck and check. Pull up right up to that field, get out, check it, move to that next field, walk a ways in. As I'm walking in and I have that weapon on my shoulder, that tripod, I'm scanning. I am always scanning, and that's going to get you more animals. Walking into your feeder. You're going to walk into your feeder, man, and you're going to be able to scan without having to get on that weapon. And it's going to up your numbers. Without a doubt, you get a thermal scanner, your numbers are going to go up. It's just a matter of which one do you want to get. Recovery. Even when I'm on night vision, I shoot that animal and I look. I follow it a little bit with night vision, but I instinctively pull up my thermal and I look for the next one, get on a stopped one, and I take it again. If I hit an animal, I'm looking at it with that thermal scanner. It's telling it recoveries are going to go up, because you're looking at that animal as it goes away. You're looking for signs of it changing directions. You're looking to see if it was hit. You're going to be able to tell by that body language if it was hit or not. So the biggest thing with a 160 is you're going to have to learn the body language of animals. The seasoned hunters, this probably doesn't pertain to you out there, but if you're new and you're just getting into this, body language is more important in a 160, because you're going to just see heat out there. When you look out there 500-600 yards and you just see heat, you're going to then get on your weapon and check out what is out there, and am I going to actually put a stock on? Is it a coyote? Am I going to be able to call that coyote in? So a lot of it is on body language. So the bad thing about these units is they do not record, and I can't bring you any footage of what I'm seeing through the units. But what I want to do is I'm going to throw up a couple videos here that show you the body language of animals that I look for whenever I'm using the lower units, the 160 cores, and I'm looking at animals out there. So as I'm looking out in the field, and there's cows out in the field, cattle, and there's a group of cattle, they tend to all act the same way. And you're looking for that 1 or 2 heat signatures that is moving differently. So a lot of times you're going to have coyotes in those cattle. They're just going to move differently. You're looking for that one piece of heat that moves differently is on a mission. A coyote normally is on a mission, or he'll go around, check something on the ground, smell something on the ground, he'll move. He'll leave, he'll come back. That heat signature is just moving differently than the rest of those animals. If a coyote's around deer, or deer are out there, deer are all getting along as they feed. They tend to look, you're going to see that head come above that shoulder. That's how you're going to know if it's deer. So I look for that body language a lot. That head coming above the shoulder tells me that's not one of my target animals, hogs or coyotes. If a coyote is around, them deer are going to look at it. They're going to react to it. So you're watching the body language of the deer sometime to tell if it is a coyote. If it's a raccoon, a skunk, a possum, and there's heat out there, a rabbit, that deer's not going to react to it. But if that deer reacts to it, it may be a coyote. So you're looking for that body language. Body language of a hog. If there's a group of hogs, I tend to look at them as like bees, man. They're just moving. They're always, it's as if the other hog has the best food. So what they're doing, they're fighting over food, fighting over getting there first. They will just change directions like you won't believe. Deer tend to move in a general direction. They may change, but they'll all move together peacefully in a direction. Hogs will go one way, switch another way. Next thing you know, they're coming toward you. So you're looking for that body language. You'll have to learn that body language more with the 160. Those guys are going to tell you you're going to have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on a scanner. You have to have the best. No, you do not. You just want to be able to see heat, see that animal's body language, stock in on them if you have to with the 160 version to then ID them. And it's very possible with that base volume, and I love it. It is worth every penny when you get into a thermal scanner. You got to get when your numbers are going to go up. I'd rather have a thermal scanner and a night vision scope than spend all my money on a thermal scope and only have that thermal scope. It's going to wear you out at night looking through that unit. You're going to be pointing that weapon in directions maybe you don't want to. Thermal scanner right around your neck. So now you jump into the 320. Is the 320 worth the extra $700? In these two units, you got the 3 to 6, and then you got the 3 to 6 320. Is that $700 worth it? It is if you have it in your budget. Don't think that you have to do it. That 160 that will do the job. The 320 though is going to let you ID farther. It's going to let you ID faster. You're not going to have to stock out there. Whenever I got into the 384s and the 320s and then the 640s, it just saves you time. It saves you the time of stalking out there and looking and getting closer. It saves you the time of pulling that weapon out of your car to ID and look. When you have the 320, you're looking out there 700, 800 yards out to 1,000 yards, and you're able to ID quicker. You don't have to pull that weapon out of there, so it's saving you time. That $700 more investment is going to save you time and get you moving to the next group of animals, and then you're going to be able to read those. So that's the difference in the 160 and the 320. It's just the time factor. It saves you like that. I love the 3 to 6 zoom because the 3 base zoom gives me a wide enough field of view when we're driving around. Your numbers are going to go up. Here's another thing, is driving around, cruising those farm roads, looking, or you have your passenger looking on the main roads. You're going to see more hogs. You're going to be amazed that you're going down the road and you're going to find that pecan tree that's producing those wild onion that are producing those areas that don't produce all the year, but you're going to drive down that one time and boom, you're going to catch them and you're going to get yourself some hogs off of that scanner. That's why that scanner pays off. You're going to find those hogs in areas that you didn't even scan before because you didn't have a thermal scanner. You're going to see them on neighboring properties. So you're then going to be able to maybe approach a landowner because now I can drive around and I can scan fields that I can't hunt, but I can see in there when before I didn't want to have to pull out a weapon on property I wasn't allowed to be on. Now I'm there on a roadway, I pull over, I can look onto a property, then I can approach a landowner. I don't have to wonder if he does have hog problems. I can see that he does have hog problems from the public roadway, then I can approach him later. So there's a lot of things that thermal scanners will help you in. Deer hunting. I love to talk about the advantages of deer hunting with thermal scanners. As you're going into your food plot in the morning, you don't want to go in there and bust out deer. As you move through the oaks, archery hunting, you want to go in there and you want to make sure those deer aren't in those oaks. Worst thing you can do is walk in, spook a deer, hear the deer snort. Baiting spots. Many times we have baiting spots for the kids to hunt. When I'm walking in there, many times I see deer there, let them move off, then I move into my blind. When I'm walking in sometimes, I'll find a different approach to my tree stand because those deer are out in that field. If I look out in the field and there's 20 deer out in the field, I want to approach my stand a different way. If I didn't have a thermal scanner, I would not know they're out there. So you have to get a thermal scanner, and then you start to pick which one do I want. If you have none, you go for that $1,000 one right off the bat. Under $1,000, you got a thermal scanner. You have all those advantages I just talked about. It's just your range is decreased a little bit. If you can afford it, bump that budget up. Grab that 320 series. I believe that the main difference between the 160 and the 320, the lowest 320 is a 2 to 4 power, is only $500. I like the 3 to 6, so it's a little bit more than that. But if you can go up to that 320, grab it. I hope this helped you make your decision on getting a thermal scanner. Grab that thermal scanner, man, and everything's going to go. Squirrel hunting. Go out there with e-money, and we want to find squirrels. My eyes ain't as good as they used to be. I find those squirrels before I even see them with our eyes because I'm looking with that thermal scanner, and I find those squirrels, my numbers go up even for squirrels. You want to know how many rabbits you have on your property and get out there and see if you have a good rabbit population? That's the product to get right there, is those thermal scanners. So if you can, jump onto those links I post up here for these two products. Click on them, check out the prices, buy one and help me out here, and I'm going to bring you much more information to get your numbers up here. Look forward to seeing you again.